Once again, good evening, everyone. I'm Rashmi from greytHR and today's moderator of the session. A warm welcome to one and all to our 46th Ask the Expert webinar, Parichay. And as you may know, the topic for today is the higher pension benefits, everything you should know. Well, before I dive into the topic, let's do a little housekeeping on how the session goes. So the flow of the session remains as usual. That is, the session is divided into two parts, wherein in the first part, we will have a discussion on our today's topic with our today's speaker, which is then followed by audience Q&A. So I can say audience Q&A is where time is all yours. You can put across all your questions in the Q&A option of the Zoom control panel, and we will be taking it up during the Q&A and we'll be happy to answer you as well. And also, if you're worried about missing out on any part of our today's session, don't worry, sit back and relax because currently we are recording this session and the same will be shared with all of you once this session is done. So I think now, without any further delay, let's start this session. Dear participants, as you may know, we are going to talk about higher pension benefits today, right? But there's also something called Employee Pension Fund, right? So let me talk a little bit on that and then move to our topic. So the Employees Provident Fund Organization, the EPFO, has issued new guidelines under which subscribers and employers can jointly apply for a higher pension and the employees pension scheme, that is EPS. So the deadline for submitting an application for a higher pension has been extended to May 3rd from March 3rd. But what are these new guidelines? What is the eligibility criteria and what are the benefits of this higher pension scheme? So in the next 1 hour, we are going to discuss all of this in detail with our expert for today, Mr. J. Shah, founder and director, Exertion HR Solutions Private Limited, and understand the higher pension scheme in detail. Well, before that, let me tell you a little more about Mr. J. Like I already mentioned, Mr. J is the founder and director of Exertion HR Solutions Private Limited, and he has done his MBA in HR and has over 15 plus years of experience. He holds expertise in handling inspections of EPF, ESIC, and notices like 7A of EPF and ad hoc C18 of ESIC. He is a member of the ISF HR community, which is very well known among all in the industry. His aim is to create awareness about labor law compliances among all the entrepreneurs to avoid legal, financial, and reputational implications as well as the public scrutiny. So, Mr. J, we are very happy to have you here in the session. Once again, welcome to the session.
Thank you, Lashmi.
Yeah.
I'm audible, Lashmi?
Yes, Mr. J. Yes, we can hear you.
Can you please?
Sure, I'll do that. Dear attendees, we'll now be starting off with the first round. That is, like I already mentioned, the discussion with Mr. J. Mr. J, to start off with, I have one basic question to you. What is the Supreme Court of India judgment dated 4/11/2020 in relation to the higher pension scheme?
Yeah, see, the judgment, Supreme Court judgment has been come dated 4/11/2022 that the employee who is contributing on the higher side, they are eligible to get the higher pension. Currently, the monthly pension is going up, monthly contribution is going 1250, 1250 is only going. But this judgment has changed the entire scenario where the employee is contributing on the higher side, then he can go for the higher pension. But ये इतना भी easy नहीं है जितना ये judgment है, because when this Supreme Court judgment has been come, after that many circular has been passed by the EPFO authority where they have denied to give the higher pension whose PF has been contributed on the higher side, that is on the actual basic. Then also they have many circular from the department that they are not give the higher pension, but final the circular which has been dated 20th Feb 2023, where they have accepted that employee whose PF has been deducted on the higher side are eligible to get the higher pension, but they have to submit the certain documents to the authority. They will verify that documents and then only they will give the higher pension. So this was the entire judgment. So in this judgment, Lakshmi, the first HR has to understand that what is the paragraph 11.3, 11.4, and what is the paragraph 26.6 in the Employee Provident Fund Scheme. Then only they can guide their employee well, because हर कोई आ रहा है और पूछ रहा है भाई मुझे higher pension चाहिए. So it's not like that everybody will get the higher pension.
Right. Yeah. All right. So would you like to walk us through any of your presentation, Mr. Chen?
Yeah. So presentation on कीजिए ना.
Sure.
First, that is the highlight points. So today in this webinar, we will discuss about the Supreme Court judgment of India dated 4/11/2022. The second important point, once you understand this 11.3, the difference between the 11.3 and 11.4 from the pension scheme 1995 under the Employee Provident Fund Act, it is easy for you to give the brief about this judgment to your employees or your management. The third one in this webinar we will cover, that is the eligibility criteria for getting the higher pension. Lakshmi, next slide. So this is the important points which I have taken out from the Supreme Court judgment dated 4/11/22. That is the provision employee pension scheme. कहीं भी ऐसा नहीं बोला गया है कि दिस इज द इलीगल, यानी कुछ भी जो किया है दैट इज लीगल, इलीगल का नहीं है, बट देयर आर सर्टेन पॉइंट्स व्हिच हैज टू बी रिमूव फ्रॉम द 11.4 जो आगे हम लोग करेंगे. The second important, there was no cutoff date under the para 11.3. So we will also discuss in brief about 11.3 and 11.4, but just keep in mind that there was no cutoff date in the paragraph 11.3 of the scheme. The third one is the paragraph 11.4, which was applicable. See, prior to 11.4, that is prior to 1st September 2014, there was only paragraph 11.3. But then on 1st September 2014, they have introduced the new para that is called the 11.4. Lakshmi, next slide.
Yeah. Also, in the meantime, Mr. Jay, I also have this question since we are already discussing about this. What has the EPFO done about it?
Sorry.
Another question I have for you is, what has the EPFO done about it? Would like to hear more about that from you.
Yeah, see, first you have to understand that what is the paragraph and the why I am using the word in this employee pension scheme, why I have not used the act, Employee Provident Fund Act. So see, in act there are different scheme has been introduced, that is the employee pension scheme, employee provident fund scheme, and the employee EDLI, that is the deposit link. If any person die, then they are get the separate benefit from that. So 11.3 was there in pension scheme. 11.3 was there at that time. There was no cutoff date that the employee has to declare that they are contributing on the higher side. But when this 11.4 was introduced, that is dated first effective from the 1st September 2014, at that time there was a cutoff date that from this date within 6 months the employee has to declare, joint declaration has to be given to the EPFO department that they want to go for the higher pension, but they have not done that. That's why this judgment has been dated 4/11/2022.
All right, thanks for answering that, Mr. Chen. I'll now go to the next slide. If you'd like to highlight anything, please.
So this is important point. The employee who retired prior to 1st September 2000 without exercising any option under paragraph 11.3 prior to amendment scheme are already deemed to be. जिन्होंने employee who have retired prior to this notification, that is the 11.4 paragraph 11.4, and who have not exercised under 11.3, उन सबको कोई भी बेनिफिट हायर पेंशन्स का बेनिफिट नहीं मिलेगा. कब मिलेगा? They will get the benefit that we will see in the another slide when we discuss about the difference between 11.3 and 11.4. Then the second point, within the power of the set of employees, उसके बाद जो है classification of employee made by the authority on the basic drawn 2000. The new amendment has been come in the 2014. Next slide. All the employee who did not exercise the option available under 11.4, which I have prior to this we have discussed. In 11.4, that there was a cutoff date that from 1st September 2014, within that 6 months, employee has to declare that they want to go for the higher pension. So that was the 11.4. In that 11.4, one more point has been added by the department that in the judgment they have said that this is the illegal. That is the second point, that employee has to contribute another 1.16%. If any employee is contributing on the higher side, that is above 15,000 in the pension account, then they have to contribute additionally 1.16% from their salary. So that in judgment itself only it is clear that this is the illegal, and they have given the 6 months time to refund this, and they have to utilize this money from the other fund. There is nothing in the EPF and MP Act required payment to the pension fund by the employee. Then Lakshmi, down karna thoda.
Let's go into the next slide. Is that
Yes.
the one? Yeah.
This is for the employee. The same rule will be applicable for the exempted employee as well as the unexempted. That is the employee company who have their own trust. They are not contributing to the. They are not submitting the amount to the PF, but they have their own trust. The same rule be applicable for the exempted as well as the unexempted.
All right. Also, Mr. J, I have a question here. Since you're already giving us details, is there any eligibility criteria as such for this higher pension benefits?
Yeah, there is a eligibility criteria that we will see in this differentiate only, that employee who has contributed, because there is a two class of people. One, before the notification, that is before the 1st September, the employee who retired before the 1st September 2014, and the second, the person who will be retiring after 1st September 2014, or who are still in the continue of service. So there are two criteria in this higher pension has been divided. So now the important points come, that this is the differentiate, that what was the differentiate in the notification 1st September 2014. So in first, the 11.1, the prior to this notification in 11.1, the average for calculating the monthly pension, the average span of 12 months has been taken, but that has been changed in the new notification. They are taking the average span of 60 months in this. पहले 12 months का ही calculation होता था to calculate the monthly pension, but after introducing this new notification dated 1st September 2014 with effective from the 1st September 2014, they have changed the 11.1 also. Prior to this, only the 12 months average salary has to be calculated, but after this notification we have to take the 60 months average 60 months basic salary to calculate the monthly pension. Next slide. Next. Now this is the important. In this, if anybody getting the doubts, please you can put in the question and answer box. We will try to resolve it. 11.3. See, 11.3 was clearly mentioned when this was introduced. It was clearly mentioned. The maximum pensionable salary shall be limited to the 6,500. ये सबको पता है कि prior to 15,000 it was 6,500 and prior to 6,500 it was 5,000 rupees, which was changed in 2000, year 2000. So maximum pensionable salary prior to this notification, 1st September 2014, it was 6,500. But in this they have given the another point also, provided that if and at the option of the employer and employee, contribution paid on salary exceeding 6,500 from the month from the date of commencement of this scheme or from the date of salary exceeding rupees 6,500 and 8.33 share employer thereof limited into the pension fund. It was clearly mentioned in 11.3. जब से एक्ट है तब से ये है, तब वहां पर 95 से ही ये इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया गया था, where it was clearly mentioned the employee who want to contribute on the higher above the ceiling limit, that is the 6,500, they can contribute. So this is the 11.3. 11.3 was clearly mentioned, जिनको भी हायर पे कैलकुलेट करना है, कंट्रीब्यूट करना है, they can go for the higher contribution. But in this 2 points are there. एक, जब ये स्कीम इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ 95 में, तब हो सकता है कि भाई जो एम्प्लॉय द एम्प्लॉय हु इज ऑलरेडी डूइंग द 6,500 उसको ये पहले दिन से ही ये एप्लीकेबल करना है. एंड एम्प्लॉय हु हैज, सेकंड पॉइंट यहाँ पर दिया गया है, दैट इज द फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ सैलरी एग्जिट. मेनी ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयज हैव बीन below 6,500. So once they cross the 6,500, from the that day onwards, if he is contributing 8.33% on that above 6,500, then 11.3 will be applicable, जो हम लोग आगे भी देखेंगे. And this was applicable from 95 to 30th August 2014. Next slide. Now 11.3 was there till 30th August 2014. The new para was been introduced by the EPS scheme, that is 11.4. So in 11.4 also they have clearly mentioned the existing member as on 1st September 2014 who at the option of the employer and employee has been contributing on the salary exceeding 6,500, and this 6,500 has been increased by 15,000 rupees, may on the fresh option to be exercised jointly by the employer and employee continue to contribute on the salary exceeding the 15,000 rupees per month. Pensionable salary exceeding member who prefer such fresh option shall be based on the higher. And provided, this was in judgment also, 4th 11/2020, the judgment was said that this part, that is provided that the offer member have to be contribute at the rate of 1.16% on salary exceeding. So in 11.3 this was not that, but in 11.4 they have additionally contributed that percentage, that is 1.16%. Employee who want to go for the higher pension, that is above 15,000, whatever the excess amount, that is, for example, now you are contributing a higher pension at 50,000 rupees. Okay, so government will contribute only 1.16% up to 15,000, rest 35,000, the excess amount 35,000, employee has to contribute additionally 1.16% on that excess amount, जिसको already judgment में भी clearly mention किया है कि ये 1.16% is the illegal, जिसके लिए उनको 6 months का time दिया है to refund this amount and everything. और यहाँ पर वापस उन्होंने और एक पॉइंट किया था, 1.16 was there and other was the limitation they have given, that the this has been here mentioned, provided the further that the fresh option shall be exercised by the member within a period of 6 months from the first day of the September 2014. prior to this paragraph 11.3 में कहीं भी ये नहीं दिया गया था, cut off date was not there, but in this there was a cut off date, that is the first day of the September. Within that, from the first day of September 6 months का time दिया गया था, and another time also given, that is another 6 months has been given under this para. Okay, क्या करना था वो इसमें mention किया है. It shall be deemed that the member has not opted for the contributing over wages ceiling contribution to the pension fund made over the wages ceiling in respect of members shall be diverted to the provident fund. Everybody knows that in pension you can contribute only 1250, but when this scheme was introduced, they have given the option that employee who want to go for the higher contribution under the pension scheme, they can go through the 11.3, and from the 1st September it was 11.4. But in 1st September, that is under para 11.4, it was said that the employee has to be give joint declaration within 6 months from the date of this notification. So this was the difference between 11.3 and 11.4. So the next, कोई questions आए हैं क्या, Lashmi?
Yeah, Mr. Jay.
Yeah.
Yes, I think there are a few questions. 2 questions are there. Would you like to take them up now, or shall we keep it?
Yeah, we will take with this only, that Hiten Choksi. I am 60 years old. If I opt, then I will get 2 years arrears. What about extra contribution 1.16%? Yeah, Hiten, see, it's depend that we will come. If you are already contributing on the higher side, for example, under the para 26.6 of the Provident Fund scheme, then you can divert your fund from PF to pension, and you will get the 2 years arrears also, because currently you are working, so you will get the arrears also.
All right. Also, Mr. Hiten would like to know the calculation method to pay the amount to EPFO, which will help them get higher pension.
Yeah, see, Hiten, the calculation regarding this, whatever amount you have contributed in the PF, you have to divert to the pension along with the interest which has been credited by the PF department. So you have to divert that fund. See, Hiten, we have also done certain calculation, but it is not fruitful. If you are working with the same company like Bosch, for example, if you are working with the same company, then it's okay, that you can, it is easy for you to divert the fund. But if you are working with 3 to 4 company, it is very difficult. For example, if you are working for A company, B company, C company, and D company, in between there may be a chance that one of the company contributing at the ceiling limit, at the 15,000 rupees, okay, then you are not eligible for the getting the higher pension.
All right. So, Mr. J, since we are already talking about the calculation, I have a quick question here.
Yeah.
Could you also please explain in detail what are the changes in terms of procedure that we are talking about, as in terms of calculation, so that even a layman like me can understand how it works?
Yeah, see, Lakshmi, it's very easy. If your PF is deducting now, so on the higher side, for example, right now the PF is deducting on the 50,000 rupees, 5,000, 50,000, then approximately under the PF, it will be around 10,000 will be contributed. Rest it goes to the 1250 will be under the pension. But जो ये judgment आया ना, उसमें क्या किया है, the 8.33 like 50,000 50,000 का 8.33% है ना, वो पेंशन में जाना चाहिए. That is around 4,000 rupees per month के हिसाब से. But right now जो चल रहा है in entire India, जो पेंशन में contribute किया है, that is only 1250 ही contribute होता है. So now you have to divert from PF to pension. Pension में 8.33 यानी अभी 1250 की जगह 4,000 जाना चाहिए था approximately. तो वो divert होगा अभी fund. that is from PF to pension. But यहाँ पर प्रॉब्लम क्या है लक्ष्मी के, जब आप ये डाइवर्ट करते हो ना, हम लोग को बहुत से ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स आए हुए हैं प्रैक्टिकली, जो यहाँ पर भी बहुत से HR होंगे जिसको सेम प्रॉब्लम आया होगा कि जिनको 2014 के बाद पेंशन डिडक्ट ही नहीं करना है हायर, द एम्प्लॉय हु ज्वाइन आफ्टर 2000 सितंबर 2014 के बाद जो भी एम्प्लॉय ने ज्वाइन किया है हायर साइड पे, दैट इज अबव 15,000 पे उसका PF डिडक्ट कर रहा है, देन यू डोंट हैव टू डिडक्ट द पेंशन अमाउंट. तो बहुत सी कंपनीज ने वो पेंशन डिडक्ट किया एंड व्हेन दे आर गोइंग टू ट्रांसफर कि भाई इनका नहीं डिडक्ट होना चाहिए था पेंशन में, नाउ यू डाइवर्ट टू द PF, दे आर टेकिंग अराउंड 8 to 9 months टू डाइवर्ट दैट फंड. सो लेमन लैंग्वेज में बोलूं तो अगर पेंशन बेनिफिशियल नहीं है, हायर पेंशन अगर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन पार्ट के लिए हम लोग जाते हैं, सो दैट इज नॉट यूजफुल फॉर द एम्प्लॉय, क्योंकि उनको कॉर्प्लस जो हम लोग लास्ट में आगे में भी देखेंगे, बिकॉज कॉर्प्लस उनको नहीं मिलेगा. जो PF में आपको एक लमसम अमाउंट मिलेगा एट द टाइम ऑफ रिटायरमेंट, दैट यू विल नॉट गेट. और टाइम स्पेम अगर डेथ हो जाती है, कोई भी एम्प्लॉय ज्वाइन पेंशन स्टार्ट किया और 2 साल में उनकी डेथ हो जाती है, तो इट विल बी 50% टू हिज स्पाउस, और स्पाउस की भी डेथ हो जाती है तो किसी को फिर चिल्ड्रन को कोई पेंशन नहीं मिलता है. इफ इट इज लेस देन 25 years है तो ही मिलता है, अदरवाइज उनको नहीं मिलता है. सो इट इज नॉट मोर बेनिफिशियल, दैट इज माय व्यू.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for answering that, Mr. Jain. Also, can you please help us understand what is the process to apply for this high pension on the EPFO portal?
Yeah, see there is a new option has been already highlighted on the if you will search on the Google UN member portal. So on UN member downstairs only there is a new higher pension higher pension link has been highlighted. So you have to click over there and the documents you have to submit to the department, that is that your PF has been deducted on the higher side, that is form 3 and everything has to be, and one declaration you have to submit, and then it goes to the principal employer. They will give the DAC approval, and then it goes to the finally it goes to the EPFO to the commissioner.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for answering that, Mr. Jain.
So
also, I think one of our attendee has the question, and even I have this question. So what are the documents required along with application for eligible crowd?
Yes. So see, that depend, like if you that we will discuss in this only after this slide. Once again, we will discuss over there. The it's depend, Lashmi, that golden rule for retire prior to this notification. If any employee who retire prior to this notification, that is 1st September 2014, then criteria will be changed. If any employee retired or in continue of service, then the criteria is changed. So we will start with this, and we will also discuss about the documentation part. So employee who retire prior to this notification, that is 1st September 2014, employee who retire prior to the 1st September 2014 will get the higher pension only employee has exercised the option under para 11.3. पैरा 11.3 यानी हायर साइड पे जिसने डिडक्ट किया होगा, द एम्प्लॉय हुज पेंशन हैज बीन डिडक्टेड एट 6,500 ओनली, सीलिंग पे अगर उनका डिडक्शन हुआ होगा, देन ही विल नॉट एलिजिबल टू गेट द हायर पेंशन. जिसका एक एग्जांपल ये स्लाइड्स चेंज करना. See, this is the example. Yeah. So date of retirement before 1st September 2014. The heading is contribution on higher wages on pension account number 10 by employee and employer under para 11.3. Any employee who has contributed a higher contribution on the pension are only eligible to get the higher pension, for whom the employee who retired prior to this notification. Okay, so here I have given before 1st September 2000, not paid on the higher pension, that is above 6,500. If they have not contributed, then not paid. Option exercise which was not never opted, yani unhone they have not given the joint declaration to the authority. Okay, never opted. Eligibility pension for higher, not eligible. Employee who have not contributed on the higher pension, okay, they are not eligible to get the higher pension who has retired prior to 1st September 2014. Then the second is they have contributed under 11.3. They have contributed on the higher side pension. I'm not talking about the PF. I'm talking about the pension. Employee who have contributed on the higher side above 6,500. They have never opted. They have not given the joint declaration to the PF authority. Then also they are eligible to get the higher pension, but they have to refund this entire amount to the PF authority. They have to recalculate the things with the interest. Then only they will get the higher pension. So this is the 11.3. Employee who retired prior to 1st September 2014, compulsory they have to contribute under the 11.3. that is higher pension पे उन लोग ने अगर contribute किया होगा under account number 10, then only they are eligible to get the higher pension. They have to refund the entire amount and they can go for the higher pension. Next slide. Now this is the important point because many HR are there, so many of management person or the people who will be retiring soon or who has been retired after 1st September 2014, वो लोग की queries बहुत आ रही है HR के पास कि भाई मुझे भी higher pension के लिए जाना है. So golden rule, retired after 1st September 2014. Employee who are retired after 1st September 2014 or continue to contribute under para 26.6. So now what is para 26.6? It is very easy. 26.6 under the Employee Provident Fund scheme is employee who has been contributed PF on the higher side, that is above 6,500 or 15,000. Above 15,000 is fall under the para 26.6. So employee who retired prior to 1st September, they have to compulsory contribute pension on the higher side. But employee who is still in service or retired after 1st September 2014, okay, if they have contributed at the PF level on the higher side above the 15,000 rupees, then they are eligible to get the higher pension. Next slide. See, now the date of retirement. The retirement between 1st September 2014 and 4/11, that is judgment dated. Contribution, see, here the criteria has been changed. Lashmi, पीछे एक slide ले जाओ ना. और एक. See, here I have mentioned contribution on higher wages on pension account number 10. Under para 11.3 of the employee pension scheme. Now, next slide. Next. See, now the criteria has changed. Contribution on higher wages on PF account number 1 by employee under para 26.6 of the Employee Provident Fund scheme. Prior to this, I have mentioned employee pension scheme under para 11.3. But employee who are still in the employment or retire after this notification, if their PF has been calculated on the higher side above the ceiling limit, they all are eligible to get the higher pension. So we will start with this. Retired between 1st September 2014 and 4/11, that is the judgment. They have paid higher side pay. They have contributed PF on the higher side above 15,000. Never opted. They have an option to calculate. They have the option to go for the higher pension. Option given to apply within 4 months before 3rd May 2023. Whether they are eligible? Yes, they are eligible. Why? Because their PF wages has been contributed on the higher side. The second, retire between 1st September 2014 and 4/11/2022. They have paid on the higher. exercise, many of the company has done this exercise, very limited, but that is around, if roughly I will calculate 1%, आप जो भी आपकी कंपनी होगी, many of the participant already your company is contributing under higher side, that is above PF, but you have never given any declaration to the authority. If you can go through the para 26(6) of the Employee Provident Fund scheme, it was clearly mentioned that if any organization contributing PF on the higher side above the ceiling limit, they have to give the joint declaration, employee and employee, to the EPFC reg, that is above Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner and above rank. They have to give the declaration to them that we are calculating on the higher side. But आज भी बहुत से around only 1% companies are giving such kind of declaration to the EPFO. So exercise option between 1, 9, 14 2, इसमें किसी ने किया है, whether the authority accepted or rejected, they are also right now eligible to get the benefit of higher pension. Retired between 1st September and 4/11, not paid, never opted. See, if any employee has not been contributed on the higher side, PF higher पे नहीं, ceiling पे ही कटा हुआ है, they are not at all eligible to get the higher pension. Then join before 1st September 2014 and continue in service. They are already paid the PF on the higher side, that is above 15,000. They are already contributing, never opted, they have never given the joint declaration to the PF office. They are also eligible to get the higher pension by submitting the documents. What are the documents we have to submit, that we will discuss at last. Join before 1st September, continue in service, paid, and they have already done the exercise. They have submitted the declaration when they have joined to the Assistant Commissioner. Okay, they are also eligible to get the higher pension. Join before 1st September and continue, not paid. Joined before 1st September, before the notification, but they have not contributed on the higher side, then they are not eligible to get the higher pension. Last but not least, join on and after 1st September 2014. If any employee join after this notification and his PF has been contributed on the higher side, they are not eligible to get the higher pension. Lakshmi, can we take some of the question now?
Sure, Mr. J.
Yeah.
Also, dear attendees, while the discussion is going on, I would request you to put across your questions in the Q&A option. And in the meantime, we'll just take up the questions for now. So I think the question is still pending, Mr. J. That is, what are the documents to be attached in an online application by employee? Yeah.
See, the documents you have to submit. Say, for example, there are different criteria is there. First criteria, we will see that the employee who have already retired. Okay, so for them, if they are already getting the pension, then they have to recalculate. See, there is no pattern of recalculation right now because that circular will be passed after some time, that what will be the calculation. But the rough calculation, how you can do is, whatever amount you have taken from the PF, in the PF, you have to give that back with the interest to the EPFO office, and then they will divert that fund to the pension. So first you have to give, the important part you have to give is 20 under para 26(6), that you have calculated your PF has been deducted on the higher side. So in this, you have to give the declaration form to the authority that you have been calculated, your PF has been calculated on the higher side under para 26(6), and form 3A has to be attached by the employer, and the declaration has to be given by the employer that your PF has been deducted under para 26(6). But iske andar criteria hai, Lakshmi. If, for example, Lakshmi is there, okay, Lakshmi is work with the 3 to 4 organization, A, B, C, and D. Right now, she is working with the greytHR. Here her PF has been deducted on the higher side, that is above ceiling limit. For example, her basic is 1 lakh rupees per month, so her PF is also deducting at 12%, 12,000 per month. Okay, but in A and B company, pension PF was deducted on the ceiling only, 15,000, 15,000. Though her basic was higher than 15,000, then also company has restricted said to the ceiling. If her PF has been deducted on the ceiling in any of the tenure, then she is not eligible to get the benefit. In this annexure, we will also forward with this PPT, we will also forward the annexure A and annexure B form, as well as the declaration from the employer that PF has been deducted on the higher side, that you have to submit to the PF authority. It will be the online only.
Sure. Thanks for sharing those details, Mr. Jay. Also, Mr. Jay, I have another question here. So what are the things to be considered before you opt out for a higher pension under EPS?
Yeah, this is a good question. See, it's depend, as I said, that employee whose PF has been deducted on the higher side from the joining of this fund, as I given the example of Lakshmi itself only, that A, B, C, in entire tenure, in entire membership, if that employee's PF has been deducted on the higher side, that is above the ceiling limit, 6,500, or we can say 15,000, then only that employee is eligible to get the higher pension. अगर बीच में जैसे मैंने बोला कि लक्ष्मी का पहले A और B कंपनी में for 5 to 6 years it was contributing on the 15,000, then she is not eligible to get the higher pension. So यहाँ पर ही सबकी मिस्टेक हो रही है कि current employment हम लोग देख रहे हैं that current employee is deducting under para 26(6) of the employee pension provident fund scheme के उनका 15,000 के ऊपर डिडक्ट हो रहा है, then he is not then he is eligible to get the benefit. No, wrong है. आपको उसका जो भी मेंबरशिप है, जब से वो मेंबर है तब से लेकर अब तक उनका जो पीएफ कैलकुलेशन होगा, पीएफ डिडक्शन है, दैट शुड बी ऑन द हायर साइड, देन ओनली ही इज एलिजिबल टू गेट द हायर पेंशन. ये बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन था, क्योंकि बहुत लोग क्या कर रहे हैं लक्ष्मी, दैट करंट ही एम्प्लॉयमेंट देख रहे हैं कि भाई करंट में अगर वो एम्प्लॉय का हायर साइड पे पीएफ डिडक्ट हो रहा है अंडर पैरा 26(6) ऑफ एम्प्लॉय प्रोविडेंट फंड स्कीम, देन ही इज एलिजिबल. नो, उसका टेन्योर जितने साल, 10 साल, 15 साल, 18 साल, जितने साल भी उसने काम किया है, वो सब में उसका हायर साइड पे ही पीएफ डिडक्ट होना चाहिए. इफ नॉट, देन ही इज नॉट एलिजिबल टू गेट दिस हायर पेंशन.
All right. Thanks for bringing it up, Mr. Jay. Also, Mr. Jay, here, what are the benefits of this higher pension scheme?
See, I am not in the favor of higher pension. Then also, I will just tell you that what are the benefit and what are the pros, and I will tell you about the pros and cons of the higher pension. See, सबसे पहले problem एक ही है higher pension. To get the higher pension, you have to divert your PF fund to pension fund. The current who are like Hiten Choksi was there. Okay, उनका यही question था कि भाई मैं वो कैसे कर सकूंगा. तो यहाँ पर सबसे बड़ा problem एक ही आएगा गवर्नमेंट साइड से कि आपका जो भी फंड पीएफ के पास ही है, आपका जो भी फंड है वो पीएफ के पास है, दे जस्ट हैव टू हु आर ऑलरेडी इन द कंटिन्यू ऑफ सर्विसेज में जो है, तो उनका जो पीएफ का फंड है दे हैव टू डाइवर्ट टू द पेंशन. But for diverting this fund, certain documentation has to be provided to the department. Okay, जहां पर फॉर्म 3A रिवाइज, जो भी एचआर है उनको ये टेक्निकल पता है कि फॉर्म 3A रिवाइज होगा डाइवर्टिंग फंड, देन दिस फाइल गोज टू द पीएफ डिपार्टमेंट. पीएफ में हेड सेक्शन सुपरवाइजर, हेड क्लर्क, अकाउंट ऑफिसर, असिस्टेंट प्रोविडेंट फंड कमिश्नर, रीजनल कमिश्नर 2 एंड रीजनल कमिश्नर 1 तक ये फाइल जाती है. तो ये फाइल पहुंचने में बहुत मुश्किल होती है, प्रैक्टिकल ग्राउंड पे मैं बोल रहा हूँ. वरना तो ऐसे है कि 4 या 5 जन से ही ये फाइल हो जाती है, बट इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. इंडेमनिटी बॉन्ड एंड एवरीथिंग इज देयर. सो ये फाइल हम लोग जैसे 5 से 6 लोगों के पास ये साइन होकर जाएगी, देन फंड विल बी डाइवर्टेड. फर्स्ट थिंग, तो ये सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम आएगा इफ एनी एम्प्लॉय वर्क फॉर 3 to 4 organization, so he has to take the transfer of the fund to the current organization, and then they have to take the prior declaration from their ex organization, and then they have to submit the document. So ये पहला प्रॉब्लम है. सेकेंड प्रॉब्लम जो है वो इस तरीके से है कि आपको जब भी एट द टाइम ऑफ रिटायरमेंट यू विल नॉट गेट द लमसम अमाउंट. पीएफ में क्या है, यू विल गेट द लमसम अमाउंट एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो टैक्स फ्री अमाउंट आपको मिलेगा. प्लस वो पीएफ में आपको एडिशनली डाउन द लाइन इन लास्ट 30 इयर्स अगर आप लोग देखोगे तो डाउन द लाइन 8% से कम इंटरेस्ट नहीं गया है, जो हाईएस्ट ही है, यानी 8% इंटरेस्ट मिलता है. पेंशन में आपको कोई भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं मिलेगा. थर्ड थिंग इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, आपको मंथली पेंशन मिलेगा. फॉर एग्जांपल 58 इयर्स हुआ, उसके बाद कोई भी जॉब छोड़ेगा, यू विल गेट द मंथली पेंशन. फॉर एग्जांपल 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, वॉट एवर इट विल बी. मगर एम्प्लॉय की एक बार डेथ हो जाती है तो उसके जो स्पाउस होंगे, ओके, दे विल गेट ओनली द 50%. फॉर एग्जांपल एवरी मंथ यू आर गेटिंग द 50,000 रुपीज. ओके, आफ्टर 1 ईयर 2 ईयर के बाद उनकी डेथ हो जाती है एम्प्लॉय की, तो उनके जो स्पाउस रहेंगे उसको सिर्फ 50% यानी 25,000. अब पीएफ का बेनिफिट क्या है, यू विल गेट द कोर प्लस एट द टाइम ऑफ एग्जिट, यू विल गेट द लमसम अमाउंट. अगर वो लमसम अमाउंट भी अगर आप एफडी में रखोगे, आपको ईयरली 7%, सीनियर सिटीजन में 7% के हिसाब से एफडी मिल जाएगा फिक्स डिपॉजिट के अंदर, और वो फंड आपके पास ही रहेगा. डेथ हो जाने के बाद भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, आपके पास कॉर्पस रहेगा जो पेंशन में नहीं. एक एम्प्लॉय की डेथ हो गई तो 50%, और चिल्ड्रन को, स्पाउस की डेथ हो जाती है तो चिल्ड्रन को कुछ भी नहीं मिलता, बिकॉज दे हैव ऑलरेडी क्रॉस द 25 इयर्स की एज, तो उन्होंने क्रॉस कर दी होगी, तो उनको ऑर्फन पेंशन भी नहीं मिलेगा. तो this is the disadvantage of the higher pension. You have to coordinate with the department, your ex organization, and then the process will be start. So I always suggest कि भाई जो currently चल रहा है जिसमें आपको benefits भी है, 8% का आपको interest rate भी मिल रहा है on the, and at the time of retirement you will this amount will be totally tax free. पेंशन जो मंथली पेंशन आपको मिलेगा, that is not tax free, that will be the taxable amount.
Sure. Thanks for the details, Mr. J. I have one last question. Since you have already shared all these details with us now, what is your suggestion? Should we opt for it or no?
See, मैंने बताया कि maximum there will be a HR person in this webinar. This will be the headache for the HR, or HR will process this entire documentation. But what about the department? After getting the Supreme Court judgment on 4/11/2022, okay, 2 महीने तक तो वो सर्कुलर ही अलग-अलग सर्कुलर आए जहां पर मिसलीड हुआ, बहुत कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स हुआ. After getting the judgment from the Supreme Court also, पीएफ का सर्कुलर अलग अलग आ रहे थे. लास्ट सर्कुलर वाज द 20th फरवरी को जो सर्कुलर निकाला है वो इजी है, और जो दैट इज मैचिंग विद द सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजमेंट. बट अभी भी एक आरटीआई भी फाइल हुआ है कि भाई टिल द डेट हाउ मेनी हायर पेंशन केसेस हैज बीन डन, एंड उसमें से कितने लोग एलिजिबल हो रहे हैं. 0 लोग आ रहे हैं. We will share that RTI with the participant also. 1% एक भी एम्प्लॉय को अभी तक हायर पेंशन के लिए अप्लाई जिन्होंने किया है, उसमें से एक भी एम्प्लॉय का वहां तक नोटिस गया ही नहीं है. कोई भी एम्प्लॉय को जो डीएसी अप्रूवल ने करने तक पीएफ तक पहुंचना चाहिए, उसमें एक भी एम्प्लॉय का है ना नहीं गया हुआ है, और किसी को भी हायर पेंशन नहीं मिला है. सो फ्रेंकली स्पीकिंग जो चल रहा है वो ज्यादा अच्छा है, रादर टू डाइवर्ट योर फंड फ्रॉम पीएफ टू पेंशन. और आपकी फाइल कहीं बीच में प्रैक्टिकल ग्राउंड पे ये है कि कहीं भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ तो आपका फंड पीएफ का भी आपको नहीं मिलेगा, पेंशन का भी नहीं मिलेगा.
All right. So thanks for suggesting us and giving all these insights, Mr. Jain. I'm sure it was an insightful and knowledgeable session for attendees as well. So I would now request all the attendees to put across their questions, and we will be happy to take them up. So Mr. Jay, would you still need the presentation, or should I stop?
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Okay. Yes.
see in this notification, this is the important part. 22nd 2023 notification is there from the circular from the EPFO, that what are the documents you have to submit. Second slide. Yeah, see, यहाँ पर ही problem start हो जाएगा. That's why we will also forward one declaration. The heading of that is the 26.6 paragraph 26.6 declaration. Proof of joint option under para 26.6 of the EPFO scheme duly verified by the employer. See, ये किसी ने भी participate ये किसी ने भी submit नहीं करवाया है. So यहाँ पर proof वही मांगा है कि भाई para 26.6 के अंदर आप लोग हम लोग को proof दो that you have intimate to the EPFO department. Okay, यहाँ पर एक declaration we have to submit along with this 26.6 के भाई our PF has been deducted on the higher side. Okay, and even the department has given the interest हायर साइड पे जब भी 15,000 के ऊपर है डिडक्ट हुआ है, सो ईपीएफओ हैज नेवर ऑब्जेक्टेड अबाउट दैट एंड दे हैव आल्सो गिवन द इंटरेस्ट ऑन दैट. सो वो वन राइट अप वी हैव प्रिपेयर्ड फ्रॉम आवर एंड, सो वो भी हम लोग देंगे. दैट यू हैव टू अपलोड. आपका जो लिंक है वहां पर आप अपलोड कीजिए. अगर वो लोग ना बोलते, सी लक्ष्मी यहाँ पर यही प्रॉब्लम है कि 26.6 में है ना, कोई भी कंपनी ने, ओनली 1% कंपनी इज देयर जिन्होंने 26.6 में हायर साइड जब पीएफ डिडक्ट हुआ है, that they have to intimate to the PF office, but that is only the 1% chance that company has submitted. 99% companies ने submit नहीं करवाया. तो जो circular है उसमें ऐसा लिखा हुआ है that they have to give the joint declaration that they have submitted. If they have not submitted, just joint declaration एक submit करो कि we have not submitted, but why you have not taken the objection that we have contributed on the higher side, you have given the interest also on the higher side, so वो submit करना है. But this will be a disputed case once again. जो मुझे आपको पूछा था कि higher pension के लिए जाए या ना जाए, तो यहाँ पर उन लोग ने लिखा है 26.6 में आपने submit किया है वो दो, तो वो तो हमारे पास नहीं है, तो ये dispute case होगा. Once again this will move to the court case only कि भाई they have not submitted, that's why we have not given the higher pension. And यहाँ पर है did not exercise joint option under the para 11.3 pre-amend. यहाँ तो clear cut उन्होंने लिख दिया है the employee who retired prior to 2014, okay, then they have to compulsory contribute on the 11.3 higher side pension पे, PF पे नहीं, higher side pension पे जिन्होंने contribute किया है उनको ही ये benefit मिलेगा. So वही था कि circular clearly उन्होंने mention किया है कि ये सब डॉक्यूमेंट्स आपको आपका रिजेक्ट होने के बाद यू कैन मूव टू द कोर्ट, बट दैट विल बी अ डिस्प्यूटेड केस, यानी आपको फाइट तो करना पड़ेगा. सो दिस वाज द थिंग. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड.
I think this is the last slide.
Yeah. So अब कोई क्वेश्चंस है किसी के तो हम लोग
बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस है. We'll take it. Yeah. So one of our attendees would like to know what about the implication of clause 26.6. There's an operational issue for online submission demanding different documents. So I think this question is from Bhargav.
Bhargav.
Yeah.
Yeah, see Bhargav, that what I am saying, that 26 we will also share the declaration that you have not taken any kind of objection when we are contributing on the higher side. You have also given us the interest on that higher PF contribution, so you have to submit that declaration. But frankly speaking, they will not take any kind of what we can say responsibility. They will reject your claim. You have the option that you can go to the court and go for the higher pension.
Sure. Thanks for answering that. I hope that answers the question. So the next question is, Mr. Jay, if we deducted pensions, employee is not eligible, how to rectify this? Please let me know.
Sorry. Can you once again repeat?
If the pension is deducted for an employee who is not eligible, how to rectify this?
Yeah.
Please help me.
See, you have to give the indemnity bond that erroneously this pension has been deducted. I think this case is employee who has joined after the 1st September 2014 and his PF has been deducted on the higher side. So in this, you have to give the letter to the EPFO authority that pension has been erroneously deducted for this employee. We are submitting the form 3A, revised form 3A. So kindly rectify this. They will rectify this. You have to go at least for 3 to 4 times. You have to go to the EPFO office and they will rectify this along with the interest. जो भी 1250 आपका गलत डिडक्ट हुआ है वो once again move to the PF contribution, then you will get the additional interest also. नहीं आया तो वापस आपको ही प्रॉब्लम होगी, वो एम्प्लॉय आपको ही पूछेगा कि भाई मुझे इंटरेस्ट तो नहीं मिला, मेरा लॉस है, तो आप पे करो. सो इंटरेस्ट भी उस पे मिलता ही है आपको जब ये रेक्टिफाई होता है. Another question?
Sure. So the next question is, Mr. Jay, when an employee would get highest pension, that is 7,500, whether if employee has served more than 35 years and his pension contribution is on 15,000 since last 60 months.
Last 60 months.
Yes.
Yeah. See, what's his name?
I'm not sure here.
Yeah. See, the monthly pension you are talking about, the calculation is very simple. The pension, if it is on the 26/6, अगर PF higher side पे deduct हुआ है, तो for example 1 lakh rupees है, तो उसका average last 60 months का average लेना है आपको into number of years of service, that 35 you have said, divided by 70, जो भी आएगा वो रहेगा. और आप अगर बोलोगे कि वो सीलिंग पे ही कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहा था, तो 15,000 into number of years of service, that is 35 divided by 70.
All right, so I hope that answers the question. Mr. Jay, next one we have some scenario based, I guess. So I'll just read out the question. So one of our attendee has given this example to us. Let's say example, if someone is a member of EPF and is paying the higher wages from 1st April 2014. He is eligible for higher pension and he is opting to now. What would be the calculation? And pension will be recalculated from 1st September 2014.
Yeah, Aditya, I think Aditya, right?
Correct.
If
PF will be ready.
Paying the higher wage from this one. Yeah, Aditya, he will be eligible to get the higher pension if his PF has been contributed on the higher side and that employee is from the 1st September 2014, then definitely he is eligible to get the higher pension. In this, you have to submit the annexure bill that we will share with you. Along with that, you have to submit the revised 3A from 2014, wherever he has crossed this limit. From that day onwards, you have to submit the form 3A. You have to just mention that fund has to be diverted from PF to pension. But there will be a loss of the interest. जो interest उसको मिला होगा उसका वो loss होगा, क्योंकि आपका अभी तक जो जा रहा है that is 3.67 plus the difference amount from the pension, उस पे आपको इंटरेस्ट मिला हुआ है. नाउ दैट इंटरेस्ट विल बी ओनली अप टू 3.67. रिमेनिंग जो इंटरेस्ट है वो सब कुछ सब्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएगा. सो बिफोर टेकिंग द स्टेप उनको एक बार ये कैलकुलेशन बताओ, बिकॉज वी हैव डन द कैलकुलेशन रफली. दिस स्कीम इज नॉट बेनिफिशियली, क्योंकि कॉर्प्लस उनके पास आदित्य रहेगा ही नहीं एट द टाइम ऑफ एग्जिट. और वंस वी हैव डन दिस थिंग, वापस वो चेंज नहीं कर सकते. तो बिफोर गोइंग फॉर द हायर पेंशन, हर एक पार्टिसिपेट को बोल रहा हूं कि दे हैव टू एनालाइज ऑल द फैक्टर्स कि भाई डेथ के पास उनको कितना मिलेगा, क्या मिलेगा, वो सब कुछ करके ही करो. अदरवाइज सबको कैसा है, हायर पेंशन मुझे मिल रहा है. द पर्सन हु हैज क्लेम फॉर द आरसी गुप्ता, उसको भी आपको पता है कि जिसने ये केस जीत के भी वापस उसको भी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. ठीक है, तो ध्यान से करना, मेरा एक ही कहना है बस. और कोई क्वेश्चंस?
Yes, Mr. J. So one of our attendees would like to know about EPS wages ceiling. Will it be 15,000 only or has it been changed?
No, it is 15,000. Right now it is 15,000. Prior to this, 6,000 was there, and prior to 6,500, and prior to 6,500 it was 5,000. In 2000 it was changed to 6,500, and on 1st September it became the 15,000. So right now there is only 15,000 ceiling limit is.
Sure, thanks for that clarification. So next question is from Mr. Jigar. So the question is, what happens if my next employer or future employer deducts PF at a capping of 15K?
Yeah, that what I'm saying now. It will create a problem for you because you are contributing on the actual side, and then once again you come to the 1250. So it will create a problem for you. So it's better keep it on the PF only.
All right. Thanks for the suggestion. So the next question is from Stanley. Stanley actually has two questions for us. First one is there any process guideline that's available?
No, see, that's what I'm saying, that after getting the judgment order from the Supreme Court, around 3 to 4 circular has been passed by the EPFO. So you just have to tell your employee that you go to the UN member portal. There was a link. You have to click over there, and then you have to submit step by step. There is, because even you are not getting, when you click over that site, okay, you will not get the OTP from the Aadhaar also, because first is your mobile number should be linked with the Aadhaar. So you when you reset the UN password, you will immediately get the OTP. But when you click on the higher pension site, you will not get the OTP immediately basis.
Sure. And second question is, what would be the total salary considered for the higher pension? Is it basic plus DA or gross salary?
See, this will be once again the different matter, as Supreme Court judgment 2019, February 2019, there was a Supreme Court judgment, Surya Roshni was there. If any salary, any allowances which is paid uniformly and universally to all the employee, it will be counted as a wages only, PF wages only. Like for example, education allowance, you are giving education allowance to all the employee, but education allowance is only for the school going or hostel going. अब कोई अनमेरिड बंदा है, उसको भी आप एजुकेशन अलाउंस दे रहे हो, इट मींस दैट के आप बेसिक उसका कम कर रहे हो, पीएफ कम कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हो, और अलाउंसेस में स्प्लिट कर रहे हो. दिस इज कॉल्ड द स्प्लिट ऑफ अलाउंसेस. सो वो डिस्प्यूटेड मैटर है, बट आई विल टेल यू दैट इफ यूनिफॉर्मली एंड यूनिवर्सली टू ऑल द एम्प्लॉइज अगर वो अलाउंस होता है, देन इट विल बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द पीएफ वेजेस. ग्रॉस माइनस एचआरए आपको करना है. इफ इट इज नॉट यूनिफॉर्मली यूनिवर्सली, देन आप बेसिक पे भी काट सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. बट ये डिस्प्यूटेड मैटर है. यू कैन जस्ट सर्च ऑन द गूगल सूर्या रोशनी 2019 सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजमेंट.
Sure. Thanks for sharing the details, Mr. J. I think with this, we are done with the audience questions. So dear participants, if you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to us. I'll be sharing the contact details in a minute now. I think on this note, we are coming to end of the session. And also, once again, I would like to thank you, Mr. J, for this session. You have certainly given us a lot of insight on higher pension benefits. And also, dear participants, thanks for attending the session and for making it successful. Another thing is, if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to our community forum, that is greytHR, which is already here. The link is given. So please do give it a try. And if you have any more questions, like I already mentioned, here are the contact details. You can directly write to Mr. J. The mail ID is j@exertionhrsoul.com, or you can also write to Rakhi Gautam @greytip.com. All right. So on this note, I'm going to end the session now. We will see you soon in the next session with another interesting topic. Till then, have a great time. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you.